Hey guys, I'm Dire Raven. If your training agent was anything like mine when you first started playing Eve, the training for the scanning was probably the worst. I got out there in the systems after training and could not scan down much of anything, like maybe a wormhole here and there, and that was about it. So we're going to go over and share some pointers that I've learned as a new Eve player to make the scanning work a lot better. Some of these I've learned from more veteran players through the Twitch stream, and some of them from veteran players in my corporation. So if you find the video informative or entertaining, I invite you to like, subscribe, join us over on Twitch. I'll leave the link in the description box below. Let's go ahead and jump in here and see if we can help you out with this scanning. Okay, so we're out here, we're in Gelfhoven. We've got the Astero out. This is my scanning ship of choice for exploring. If you don't have an Astero and you're just using like a probe or a Huron, something like that, that's fine. It's not going to affect anything. Now I do have the Scissor core probe launcher and the core scanner probes, which is going to help your scanning slightly. But also not a necessity. You should still be able to scan down pretty much any site in the system with the right skills. So let's jump over here. We're going to go ahead and drop our probes. Pull this up. It looks like in this system we only have one site. So of course you probably figured out in your regular training that you need to cover this entire thing, which is typically an 8 over here on the astronomical units. So it gives you a good coverage, no problem. That's pretty basic. But it's the next steps that kind of really lost me. Knowing how far down the scale to go, how quickly, and what some of the different patterns, what they mean. So as you see, we went from having that red outline to just this circle, which to me is a clear indicator that we can go ahead and drop that down one notch and we'll scan it at a 4. Okay. And we're just going to do the same thing again. Move it. Align it in both directions. I'll drop it down one more size. That's pretty much the basics of how quickly to go down. It's just one size per scan. So these simple ones, they get kind of repetitive. Drop it down another size and scan again. Right, and now we can see that it's a data site. Just gotta make sure we're good and aligned. We can zoom in on this. If you click the circle, it'll center it, which actually allows you to get a better idea of centering in this direction. And you just scroll your mouse to zoom in. One more time and we should have it. There we go. Always make sure you recover your probes, because those do get kind of expensive if you keep leaving them behind. And we can jump on over here and see what we found.
Warp drive active.
So on my scanning ships, one thing I like to do is carry a cargo scanner, because a lot of these sites you get out here, and you take the time to hack them, and there's nothing in it. Well, this eliminates that issue. So we can go ahead and see what we found. So you got 407,000 in that one. 412 in that one. 595 in that one. And, whoa, 21 million in that one. Very nice. Okay, so I had to, of course, go ahead and hack that one. So we're going to go ahead and jump to a different system and see if we can find a few more things to scan.
Web drive active.
We're going to stay in high seg just to make this a little easier. So we have a couple here. We're just going to kind of, even in high sec, you kind of want to be out of the way, away from everybody else. Just kind of as a courtesy. So we're just going to jump to within 100 kilometers at this station.
Web drive active.
At least that's how I feel about it. Alright, so drop probes. Kick her back up to the 8. 9 times out of 10, if you have the red circle, that's going to be your starting size. It's just 8 AU. Alright, so even though this isn't the one we were scanning, this is something I wanted to show you right here. This is one of the other things that you'll get after you run the initial scan, is you'll end up with a line with 2 dots on it, and you're like, well, which one do I scan? This is actually really simple. But most people have told me, well, you know, that means it's somewhere in that line. So I was like, well, where do I scan? So all you need to do is just move to the middle of that line and see if you can drop it down a size and keep it in there. And it just looks like maybe we could, but go ahead and run it on an 8. And scan it again. Just make sure you're covering all of that line. And then we get the red dot circle. So we'll go ahead and finish scanning this one out. Okay, and there it is. So while we were doing that, we also came out with a very common one that also gave me a lot of trouble. And that's this X in the circle. Then you have this great big dotted circle. So it's the same basic idea. You just want to make sure that you get that entire circle covered in your scan. So we'll go back to the 8 again. Line it up with our X. You can see it's well within the line of our scanners. And we'll go ahead and probe it one more time. And that should give us the circle. And there you go. And we just continue scanning and going down one size and scanning and dropping down one size. Okay. And recall our probes. Now there's still one more problem that you can run into, and I'm going to try to find so I can show you how to resolve it. So every so often you'll come across a site that you can't scan down past like 90% and you'll be all the way down to 0.25 on your size of your scan, and you're still coming out with like 94, 97%, and there doesn't seem to be anything you can do to actually pinpoint its location. There's one trick you can try Now this particular site I've already scanned down. I've been looking for one to show you, but I haven't been able to find one. So you just hold down Control on your keyboard and use your mouse wheel to scroll that in a way that brings them in closer, and make that pretty much a circle like that, and then scan it. And 9 times out of 10, well, basically 100% of the time that I've tried it, that will go ahead and pinpoint you on down to 100% and help you finish scanning that site. And then of course, to get it back to your normal formation, you're just going to go over here and click your pinpoint, and that puts you back to your normal probings formation. So in the next video, we'll discuss how to hack relic and data sites, a few tips that I've picked up from some veteran players along the way. It'll make those a lot more easy and much more lucrative. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something that will make your exploring easier on Eve. If you did and you found it informative, please sub and like. Join us on Twitch. You can catch all the New Bro adventures around New Eden. We stream over there weekly. I'll leave the link for that in the description box, and hope you all have a wonderful day.